Argentina offering some green shoots, but simultaneously a very clear gauge of just how far off the top of the world game Wales currently are. And today a different challenge against a Japanese side that will prove very testing and who are, as we know from recent meetings, very well matched. Dewi Lake leading out Wales today in the absence of Jack Morgan. And a little different today for other reasons too, because there is an expectation here that they will beat Japan, must beat Japan. A minimum requirement really for the Welsh this afternoon. The Japanese with other ideas. Well, the pre-match show is strong. It always is here in the Principality Stadium. As we were talking about all through the week, Rugby World Cup pool draw ramifications looming large today. Defeat for Wales means they'll drop out of the top 12 teams. They'll have a potentially nightmarish pool as a consequence. So tight in the rankings alongside their opponents today. And the Japanese will offer stiff resistance. We know that. Beaten in the end well by Ireland last weekend, but causing plenty of problems for Andy Farrell's team in that first half, just as they did in Tokyo against Australia the week before.
Boneddigion a boneddigesau, byddwch cystal a sefyll ar gyfer yr anthemau. Minasan, Coca, Seisho, Des. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the anthems? And we will begin with Japan. Ac yn nawr, ein anthem cenedlaethol. Ladies and gentlemen, now, Hen Wlad fy Nhadau. An uplifting rendition, and of course the Welsh Rugby Nation in need of uplifting.
So let's have a look at the two sides this afternoon. Steve Tandy's had to deal with the loss of his captain, his talisman, and his best player in Jack Morgan. That's brought a first test start at number 8 for Ollie Cracknell. Wainwright switching to the flank, and starts as well for props Nicky Smith and Archie Griffin. Off the bench last week, Lewis Rees-Zammit back in the starting 15, taking over from Tom Rogers on the wing. Otherwise, the back division unchanged, with Williams and Edwards paired at half-back. Thomas and Llewellyn combining again in the centres. A couple of changes made by Eddie Jones to his starting 15, and both of those come in the pack. Kajiro Tamifusa included at tight head prop, Jack Cornelson at blindside flanker, Derns, Oluiviti and Makisi are the men that will get through the bulk of their carrying. The Japanese back division left intact from Dublin. Saito plying his trade with Toulouse. As we know, Lawrence and Riley, a fledgling midfield partnership, and Osada really bright against the Irish, especially on counter-attack, where the Japanese side as a whole looked dangerous. Wales have held back Carré and Aserati for their bench, and included Nick Tompkins this week, who was left out of the picture against the Pumas a week ago. So a first start in a couple of years for Lewis Rees-Zammit, cheered to the rafters, his name at the start of proceedings here this afternoon inside the stadium. Wales need a spark, maybe he'll be that man. And Ollie Cracknell, a first test start for this man of Leicester. He's been very patient, bided his time, and at the age of 31 is wearing 8 for Wales. Naoto Saito, one of the more experienced Japanese players, very much the controller for the Brave Blossoms, plays in Toulouse. He's learnt from the best in Antoine Dupont, and they'll be relying on him, as we all will be on Matthew Carley, our referee here today, supported by Nick Berry and Anthony Woodthorpe. Andrew Jackson, our television match official. So something of a day of reckoning for Wales in some respects. The phrase must win, a little overused, but perhaps today is relevant. Wales in their chain strip of white, playing from left to right. And the ball claimed by Uluiviti of Japan.
Use it! Please.
Saito.
Got
the distance on that, but he might have been after, and possession as a consequence with the Welsh. Fired away by Williams to Edwards and into that midfield. Thomas trying to free up some space for Blair Murray, who is well held by Ishida.
Still played.
And Wales back some way behind the gain line. This is something they've got to come to terms with today. There were too many times against Argentina where they were caught well behind it, Sam.
Yeah, exactly that, Ali. I think Thomas Williams has taken the right call to go to the air. 2 phases, they haven't gone forward. Don't overplay, put the ball in the air, try and win it back.
Play on.
It's gone forwards from Makisi. Thomas Williams threads it forwards, and then a horror kick. Absolute shocker from Dylan Riley, and it's opened up possibilities.
Hold!
Simpson Lee comes to the rescue and fires it north for Japan. Murray seeing space in the backfield, splits the defenders. Clever kick. Yazaki covers for Japan. Afternoon, Jamie Roberts.
Afternoon, Ali. Stadium excited for this one.
For you.
Say must win. It's a huge game for Wales, but also a huge game for Japan. You think of this man on his screen, Eddie Jones, the motivation he's used this week for his team. Chance to leapfrog Wales.
Free kick from the
dummy throw.
The line out, the dummy throw from Dowie Lake, and Japan are off and running as they love to do. They'll be keeping the ball in hand at every available turn, playing at pace wherever possible. That's the DNA of this Japanese side. And we've seen it to very good effect at various different moments. Rees-Zammit then from outside. His 22. Osada. She goes to the 10-metre line. Blair Murray having to react. Bearing down on him is Uluiviti.
Offside. No retreat out of the 10. You must retreat outside of 10 metres. You must retreat outside of 10 metres.
If the box kick goes up in the air and it doesn't go more than 10 metres, anybody within that 10-metre vicinity has to go backwards. It's quite counterintuitive, which is why a lot of players get caught out by that. But the early signs from both teams, they want to play the territory game. I think both teams can be maybe a little bit guilty of overplaying near their line. I think it's really important for this young Welsh team. They would have had that messaging: get territory first, then play. And that seems to be the early tactic so far.
Come on. That'll do, thank you.
Dewi Lake, captain today. Captain for the win against the Japanese in July in that second test match in Kobe, which broke the unwanted streak of 18 consecutive defeats.
Thomas!
Williams to Thomas. Edwards swings it wide. Murray taking them on the outside. Here's Adams. Quick ball as well for the Welsh, but the line speed is strong, a little too strong. Offside come Japan, and Edwards looks to find a hole for Nicky Smith.
Offside.
Again, that's Ulu Iviti, who has transgressed twice now inside 4 minutes and has given Wales the chance of points.
Dowie.
Matthew Carley looking for the top from Josh Adams, and across comes Seung Sun Lee.
Inside. That's all right.
Warner Dern's happy to just absorb that contact.
Right, enough. You've all gone down enough.
If anyone's wondering what he's doing,
use it.
You'd rather box kick about 10, 15 metres in than 5 metres on your line. So Warner Durns isn't looking for a big carry there, just with a set up 10 metres infield. It gives his 9 a little bit of an easier box kick. So it might look a little bit strange, just for those wondering.
Just one of those occasions when you're quite happy for the contact to be soaked up as we see the return of Ulu Iviti.
He's created some opportunities there. Blair Murray down this end of the park. Straight pass behind Lewis Ruzamit. They create this opportunity. There was another one the far side of cut lateral. Credit to Japan though in defence, scrambled really well.
Play on.
Unfortunate line out, and Japanese sweep it up thanks to Shimokawa. Something of a fixture these days in that 7 shirt. Comes Adams again, and it's there for Durns.
Backwards by Wales.
Jenkins
accidental collision
to Blair Murray, to Llewellyn. Ruzamit, blue shirts all around him.
No, I think.
In goes Lawrence. Griffin, nice tip on for Jenkins. And a quality clear out as well from the tight head. Ben Thomas assessing the options, runs hard into Kobayashi.
No lift, must lift the ball, onside.
90 seconds left in this opening half as Edwards finds Adams.
Thank you, Thomas.
And Adams whacks it directly into touch from well outside the 22.
Still
and Japan navigating this tricky period, 1 and then 2 men down.
Time off, yeah, time off.
As yet, without having conceded.
Okay, we have a decision from the bunker for the second yellow card. It will remain a yellow card because the degree of danger is not high. Huh?
So Nikisi will return.
I assumed you could all hear.
Most likely at the start of the second period. He might
Time
be lucky enough to get on
4.
right at the tail end of this half.
Straight and set from Wales. Obviously Josh Adams kicking the ball straight out, but when you're playing against 40 men, you have to commit defenders. Japanese defence are always going to want to slide because they're a man down, so your front line attack runners have to commit defenders. Wales not quite doing that this time.
Always come behind you.
Once again, Charlie Lawrence running hard into that defensive line. The ball carried up by Cornelson, who provided the line-out ball just moments ago. Riley. Tamafusa. Japan keen for something at the back end of this first half, and a bit of energy being injected here by Seung-Sun Lee.
Yeah, thank you. Good, it's good. Hang on. Shoulder again. It's fine.
Sato presents it. And Saito feeds Dylan Riley. Derns. Hard and low.
Use it.
Tamafusa.
Thank you.
Lawrence. Low slung, hard to bring down. Couldn't quite get that offload away. And it went forwards. And Max Llewellyn fires it away into touch.
Hang on. Just hang on.
Matthew Carley has something occupying his mind.
13 blue, and then it's half time. We're just checking a potential dangerous clean out. If not, it's half time. Okay, check. TMO check. Yeah.
I'm going to show you the
so this is a clear out involving Dylan Riley.
With a dangerous entry to the ruck.
Okay, so we're looking at the actions of 11 Wales as he enters into the breakdown, cleaning blue 13.
Josh Adams under the spotlight.
Warhead. Okay, right, let's have a look. On the far side? Yeah. Okay. So is that breakdown there, yes?
Yes, with a tucked shoulder, tucked arm, and the right shoulder, it's not a good look.
So we've got to determine whether he's actually trying to make a clean or whether he's just hitting the player who's been tackled who's on the floor. Secondary action to hit the player on the floor. Do we... Okay, keep playing the replays, please, Jacko.
Yeah, they're coming.
So we think yellow, off the review. Yellow because... Are we concerned about this? It's not a high... It's not a high force.
Force is high, Matthew, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, so... Okay. Dangerous clean out, we'll go for the off-field review. Okay, so we have a decision. The clean out is dangerous and it does make contact with the player's head. It's a yellow card and it goes for an off-field review.
So for the third time today, yellow card brandished. Josh Adams, the first of the Welshmen to trudge off, and he'll play no part in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Yep.
We have to wait and see whether that might be upgraded from here on in. What was your take on it, Jamie?
It's just that position of your arm, isn't it? You know, Sam, you've been involved in far more rucks than me, but that action's always illegal. He's never wrapping to clean out a play. He's got his arm tucked. So regardless of whether you hit a player in the head or not, deliberately or accidentally, the action is always illegal, right?
Yeah, it's the right call. Knowing Josh Adams, it's a counter-ruck gone wrong. He plays really physical. He just wants to slow that ball down. He's got it wrong. He slipped and come off his feet. He's got his arm tucked, so it's not good. A good look. It's the right call, but it's just what Josh Adams does. He's got his timing wrong.
That is agonisingly close, and it might be there for the taking for the Japanese. Looks like Dan Edwards got there first. Knocked forwards by the Japanese as they headed for the try line. Anxious moments all around the stadium here. A wry smile playing on the face of Kippei Ishida, one of the try scorers here so far, responding to Dan Edwards, but 7-all at the break. As we know, these two incredibly well matched. Half-time, Wales 7, Japan 7. Well, much nervousness around the Principality Stadium off the back of that first 40 minutes. It was not a thing of great beauty. It was a little scratchy, I think it's fair to say, and quite a lot of Welsh frustration in amongst it, unable to capitalise when they had a numerical advantage, lacking just a little bit of direction and punch, but a lot to admire about the way the Japanese have gone about their business. But this could be an important moment. As we listen to Matthew Carley, there is a decision to be made regarding Josh Adams.
Okay, so we have a decision from the bunker. The yellow card will be upgraded to a red card because it's a high degree of danger with no mitigation. 20 minutes.
A 20-minute red card for Josh Adams, who won't be returning to the field of play. Wales will be, of course, allowed to put someone on in his place, but it won't be that man there.
Happy?
Reaction, Jamie?
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, it's always an illegal action. You run that risk, don't you? I think if you tuck your arm and you don't wrap and you're anywhere near the head, in this case, high degree of danger. The ruck was gone. It's a poor decision. He pays the price. Wales pay the price for 20 minutes.
Taken
in the balance, right in the balance. A reminder that the two tests in the summer between these two were decided by 5 and 9 points. They are very evenly matched, and arguably Japan creating the more here today. For a minute, I think Alex Mann thought he had that for Wales. Instead, it's Japanese possession, a little bit sloppy. It's gone in behind Osada. Riley, brought down effectively by Ben Thomas. Charlie Lawrence, the provider this time, punched a lot of good holes up the middle.
No.
Saito, Kobayashi, Lee to Riley. Ishida waiting. Lovely line cut that time. And Griffin had to be alive to that threat. Dylan Riley again rumbling up towards the 22. Makisi, one of the two Japanese that have spent time in the bin. And a very dangerous fullback, Yazaki, just forwards. That was pretty marginal. I think it was forwards. It was nevertheless marginal, but we have seen his threat throughout the course of the day here.
Really impressive attacking set from Japan, isn't it? Unfortunately, that clutch moment didn't quite pay off, but you can see the probe in the blind side. Up against Wales' 14 men. Here we see Josh Adams. You know, he's lots of thoughts running through his head, and here we see it. Never tucked, makes contact.
Thomas, you're playing 10 or 9?
Ishida's head, and it's, you know,
10 or 9.
It's really, really disappointing for him.
It's one of those as well, Jamie, where you wonder what on earth he's doing in the first place. The ruck is gone. The ball is lost. What's the point?
Yeah, that's what he'd reflect on when he watches it back. Like you coach as a back three, and as a defensive system to counter rucks, you might slow that ball down, but the ball's at the base of that ruck, so the 9's nearly going to get it. Like you say, Ali, it was gone. I think it's just one of those ones. He just got it wrong. He'll put his hand up. He'll be the first person to put his hand up. Honest player, just badly timed.
Just a discipline issue which Steve Tandy will be looking to try to correct. Of course, they had their own problems with from Tomas Williams, and then Japan get a boot on it. And Ishida is chasing this down, and Rhys Zammit is back there, and still it's loose, and Murray's lost it, and then grabs it at the second attempt.
Let go of the ball.
Frenetic stuff.
No quick throw.
And these two sides living by the seat of their pants.
Moments again, you know, Cracknell with a lovely line break. This time it's Thomas Williams. Jinkin run, great line. Dan Edwards picks a line, hits the ball flat. It's Wales' inability a couple of phases later to manage the ball at the ruck. Japan now find themselves down in Wales' 22. Here we see it between Thomas's legs. Ball goes to deck. Japan doing the right thing. 6 minutes to play. 2 points in it.
Dern's got a hand on it, got enough on it To the short side, Derns linked so well with Cornelsen. And again, the hands very effective for the Japanese as they head to the 22 again. Lee, Lawrence. Tyler Paul.
No 17!
Rolls.
There, your players have pinned him.
And presents.
Not just with him here, okay?
Lee wants it, clapping for it. Derns. Centre of attention again.
Clear still.
And cleared away. Hack long. Yazaki on the chase. Tomas Williams has come up hard. Yazaki's done well, but he could do with some support.
Not a lift, not a lift.
Ball's still there to be won.
Wales,
Matthew Carley very keen for a competition at this particular run. Makisi just gently takes it into contact as Japan regroup after threatening so effectively up the other end. Blair Murray caught by Ishida, but this is Cracknell again. And the penalty is Japan's.
Put it down, Thomas.
They went hard at it over the ball.
Two hands clearly on top of the ball and then lifting. Ended up off his feet because Wales put him there.
Well, this is very tasty now, isn't it? 4 minutes to play.
Number 10, Japan, head injury assessment.
Well, that's interesting. That's even more interesting. Seung-Sun Lee having to go off the field for an HIA at a critical moment. Given that it's dead onto the post, even though it's a long way out, you might have expected them to have a shot here.
Okay, let's go. Okay, number 1, Japan, replacement. James, yes, thank you.
Kenta Fukuda is still waiting in the wings. We understand. So too Kazuma Ueda off the Japanese bench, but Shinya Komura is on now.
Behind the mark.
As much as the common school of thought is go for the 3, you're 5 points ahead. You then leave 3.5 minutes on the clock, or 3 minutes on the clock. So often now you see the best sides in world rugby, albeit the score is only 2 points. They will go for corner because they know this line-out will eat up a minute or two of the clock and keep them down this part of the path. Let's see how accurate Japan can be now with the ball.
Up they go through Hawkins. Playing with fire, delivering the ball like that. Not the sort of ball that Saito would have wanted. Now he's being wrestled into touch by Tame Plumtree. And a slightly scatty decision at the line-out might just cost them.
Wales. Time off. 2 and 4. Replacement.
Cost them that game. Credit to Jared Evans for stepping up and wanting to take the 3. I'm sure many 10s would rather the tap and go and try and work closer to the sticks to get an easier penalty or try opportunity, but full credit to Jared Evans for putting his hand up and having the bravery to take that shot at goal.
What a finish, what scenes, what happiness, unconfined joy. With so much scrutiny on this group of players, Jamie, it's been a tough old time, it really has, but finally something to celebrate. Happiness all around.
My overriding emotions, one of relief. I think a lot of the crowd as well. That ball sails over. Obviously the Japan players distraught, but you have to credit the Welsh. They're in their own 22. They keep the ball. They go through multiple phases. They keep their discipline. It was ill discipline by the debutant Harry Hawkins for Japan. He'll remember this day that gave Wales the opportunity. You think they're going to go for the maul. But credit to Jared Evans, the confidence to go for the kick and nail it. Clutch moment. Special day for him. Just for Wales, you're right, the ramifications are significant. Now means they're likely 12th for that Rugby World Cup seeding. It's, you know, as I said, I'll begin where I started. You know, my overriding emotion is just one of relief, Ali.
An extraordinary contest with 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows, one of them upgraded to red. And Jared Evans celebrating wildly at that final kick, and a 1-point victory. Wales 24, Japan 23. Well, you can understand the smiles playing across the faces of these players. They've worked so hard, they've been under so much pressure. One of them will be Ollie Cracknell, who is our Quilter player of the match. And he's talking to Ashley Wilmot.
Huge congratulations. It's been a long 2 years since we celebrated a Welsh win here at the Principality. You can see what it means to the team, but also to the fans. It means so much.
I'll be honest, I can't really hear you over the fans. It's absolutely amazing. You have to repeat the question.
Well, I was just saying you can hear what it means to the fans, this win, to finally win after 2 years.
Incredible, yeah. Thank you for the patience, the fans. For me, my first cap coming out here, walking out and start the game, singing the anthem, just absolutely incredible, so special. So thank you very much to all the fans backing it out today.
I mean, this team did play against Japan back in the summer. You know they played quick ball. Your first time, though, up against them. What did you make of your opposition tonight?
Really challenging, really hard game. They're so fit, so it's just constant, and they play a really fast game. So it's really tough game.
Let's talk about Jared Evans for a quick second. This team has been under a lot of pressure, but that man was under huge amounts at the very end there, wasn't he?
Yeah, testament to his mindset to come on there, stay calm, and slot that is hell of a skill. So yeah, amazing.
And just quickly, a very significant victory. You remain 12th in the world. How important is that when it comes to that World Cup pool draw happening in just a few weeks' time?
Yeah, I don't think we were focusing on that too much. We're just building. We're just trying to build, and thankfully that's a great start. Last week we put some bits in, but we wanted to build on that, and I feel like we've built again. It's slow progress, but it's solid.
Progress is progress. Congratulations, Ollie. You're the Quilter player of the match.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding day. Ollie Cracknell has had his first test start at the age of 31, and it's great to see him rewarded for what has been a lot of industry, and he got through a mountain of carrying work, Jamie. I know there weren't necessarily that many standout characters from Wales on that front today, but Cracknell certainly lived up to the billing at number 8.
Yeah, we top Wales's charts for carries with 13, as well as tackles with 24. A very industrious player, Ollie Cracknell. You know, a wonderful player up at Leicester Tigers. You know, the other players speak so highly of him. He's a really tough, gritty back row player. Just what you want from a man who can cover across most of the back row. And you know, he's been brilliant performance today. Obviously, a lot of chat around Jack Morgan's injury last week. But Cracknell's come in, you know, Quilter player of the match, and there's no doubt really looking forward to testing himself against the All Blacks next week.
Yep, that's the challenge for the Welsh. The All Blacks followed by the Springboks. Doesn't get any easier. Let's hear from the Japanese skipper. Warner Dearns is with Ashley Wilmot.
Warner, it's always such a tight contest between these two sides. What were your key takeaways today?
We gave away too many penalties. Too many mistakes on attack, and we let them into their game, and they took the chances that they had, and they played really well.
You mentioned the penalties. There at one point during the first half, you were 2 players down. You really put yourselves under pressure. I said at one point you were 2 players down in the first half. You put yourselves under pressure.
Yeah, it never helps when we're 1 man down in the bin, but we ended up with 2, and I thought the end of that first half, when we were with down men, we fought really hard, and had we not had those guys in the bin, it might have been a different story.
You knew you were coming out to 14 men in the second half, but it was 7 all at half-time. What were the conversations?
Oh, we tried to, obviously, we were trying to take advantage of the man down, and I just don't think we took the opportunities that we had, and Wales played a really good game with 14 men.
Georgia next week. How do you approach that game after tonight?
Georgia's going to be physical. We know they love to maul and they love to scrum. So if you look at today, we didn't do so well in those areas. So that's something we're going to need to fix for next week.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, heartbreak for Warner Derns and Japan. They came so close and contributed to an outstanding contest. So much drama. So the Japanese on the wrong end of it. In the meantime, let's hear from the Welsh skipper, the victorious Welsh skipper, Dewi Lake.
Dewi, huge congratulations. It was so close right until the very end, but you managed to hold your nerve. What does that say about the character of this group?
Yeah, look, I think we've shown immense fight in the last 2 games to come back from 14-0 down to 14-all last week. And again tonight to stay in the fight all the way through. But like, credit to Japan, they pushed us all the way in the summer as well. Our 2 tests in the summer finished exactly the same. 1 to them, 1 to us, right in the final second. So yeah, just proud of the boys for sticking in there in the fight shown.
It was full of drama though, wasn't it? Let's just look back at the first half. You weren't able to capitalise against 13 men, but you did come out firing a man down in the second half. How do you feel you managed those high pressure moments?
Yeah, look, we said we probably let a couple of things go in the first half, and we had a lot of opportunities, just weren't ruthless enough in that 22. But look, again, I think the boys managed the yellow cards on our end very well, similar to last week, and yeah, just like I said, stuck through it.
Dewi, you can feel in here how much this win means to the fans. How much is their support needed right now for this team?
Yeah, massively. I think, you know, this crowd, this fan base has always supported us, especially through the tough times over the last 18 months. And, you know, it's time we give back for that character that they've shown us. And look, it's not going to be perfect overnight. We've been together for 2 weeks, but yeah, the win is massive for us.
And you have to go up another gear. The next couple of games, All Blacks and South Africa. What do you want to get out of the rest of your Autumn Nations Series?
Look, we just want to keep building. I think this is a massive stepping stone for us to keep building on. You saw, you know, we said there was stuff to put right from last week, same again this week, and yeah, we're excited for them to come to our home and give them a run.
Great to speak to you. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
An impressive man, Dewi Lake, who has had to shoulder so much of the burden through some very, very testing times in Welsh international rugby. But the difference here this afternoon, Jamie, just a single point. But the difference, of course, between a bounce of some kind, at least, we have to have everything in proportion, of course. It's a 1-point win over the Japanese, but a bounce of some kind, and what would have been inevitably another inquest with defeat here today. So all important. For all the numbers, the only thing that matters in a Welsh perspective is the victory.
It is, and you know, you talk about the impact on World Cup seed. Let's remember, World Cup is traditionally the draws we made three years before the tournament, but obviously they're waiting until a bit later this time round, and you know, this match was always going to be a huge one, you know, after losing to Argentina at home. And you got to credit the Welsh. Yes, we're here really celebrating this 1-point win over Japan. It doesn't quite feel like it deserves that, but in the magnitude, you've got to put it in context. This is in context of where Wales have been. It's a huge win just to get over the line here. One, win at home for the first time in 2 years. Secondly, you're 12th for that World Cup drawing, so you're one of the top second pool of seeding, and you don't end up in 13 and perhaps struggling to get through to the last 16 or faced in the last 16 draw against one of the top teams.
Those are the ramifications of a Welsh victory here. They had lost 10 in a row here in the Principality right up until today, and they saved their best till last. They saved Jared Evans till last. Full time, Wales 24, Japan 23.
Okay, going in three.
Say a few words.
Eddie Jones.
Well, Steve, Japan made you work incredibly hard for that one. What's going through your mind watching that final kick by John Evans?
Eddie, not the result you would have wanted. You stayed in the fight, though, until the very end. Lots of positives to take from that.
Well, not really. Yeah, that's a game we should have won. We're in a position to win it. We didn't manage the last part of the game well, and, we fell down in our fundamentals, and congratulations to Wales. They took their opportunities and obviously were able to kick that last penalty goal.
You mentioned the fundamentals. What do you need to look at?
Oh, well, we had, field position and line-outs, and we weren't able to execute the line-outs, and we kept letting Wales back into the game.
In terms of letting Wales back into the game, your discipline let you down in moments, especially in that first half. How do you feel the team dealt with that?
Yeah, because we're a young team, we tend to get, I don't know what it is, anxious about situations and try to do too much instead of just play the play and let the play go. In terms of defensively, we gave away 3 silly penalties at the start of the game. And then attacking-wise, we had a lot of quick ball, and we just needed to keep the ball. It's one of those games you needed to keep the ball, and we just were too anxious, too eager to score tries quickly.
You said in the week it's about making progress, though, every game that you play. Do you feel you're seeing that?
Well, that's hard to say now. In the light of this defeat, I don't think we played particularly well today. And we didn't manage the last part of the game well, so it's hard to say whether we've made any improvements or not.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Stand by. Yeah. Any seconds. Framing up. Are we taking right? Standing by.
Steve, congratulations. It sounds like you've lost your voice. You've been celebrating so hard. Your first win with Wales and their first win here at the Principality for 2 years. What does it mean to you all?
Oh, look, it means a hell of a lot. And I don't think I'm probably celebrating. I'm still, there's a fire inside of me at the minute. But no, it's obviously brilliant to get the win for the boys. And like I said, we haven't won here in 2 years. So getting that sort of thing off our back. But then we're still probably disappointed with large parts of our performance today.
What parts of your performance?
I think we probably could have been more ruthless when they went down to 2 yellow cards, and then obviously our real discipline. We spoke about it last week. We give too many penalties away, giving a red card away, managing the game. And I thought that period we managed relatively well. And then some ill discipline from kickoffs as well, so that we have to be a lot smarter in how we do things. There's always an effort and an appetite to work, and in fairness, you see the back end, the drive, and actually Jared, fair play to him, credit to him, and around the kick he put over at the back end, nerves of steel. So as much as, we're relieved and probably really happy with the fact of the ranking points and where we get to the World Cup, but we've got to be honest with ourselves. I love working in this group. They're an amazing group to work with, but we have to be real and making sure that we're improving week to week, which I didn't think we improved like I would have liked today.
Just a word on your opponents quickly as well. Japan, they play a high-spirited game, fast tempo. Just how challenging did they make it out there for you today?
Oh, look, at the end of the day, Japan are always challenging, and you've seen last week they were in the game against Ireland at half-time, and we probably made it a little bit easier as well. You've got to give credit to Japan, how they played, their shape, their speed. It caused us problems. But I think we made some of our own problems as well, and that's something that we definitely want to address, and I'm looking forward to Monday already to get into work.
Yeah, you're going to need to take things up a gear as you welcome the All Blacks and South Africa. What do you want to get from the next 2 games in these Quilter Nations Series?
Yeah, I think keep learning and keep learning from our performances, keep getting better. And again, we're playing two unbelievable teams in the next couple of weeks, but we want to see more of our game. And ultimately, there's some inexperience in the team, but we have to. The only way you get that is by going through and experiencing things. So, yeah, going back to it, looking hard at our game, making sure how we get better from today, and make sure over the next couple of weeks we improve.
First win as head coach, though, Steve. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you very much.